Welcome back to Revealed True Crime Channel. The paper Olivia picked up was more than just a warning, it was a threat. A chilling reminder that she had stepped too far into a world that wasn't meant for her. The ink on the page was still fresh, and Olivia could feel the weight of those words, like a dark cloud hanging over her head. Her fingers trembled as she stared at the message. The truth will cost you everything. But what truth? And who was behind this? She crumpled the paper, shoving it into her pocket as her mind raced. Was Theo behind this? Or was someone pulling his strings? Olivia's phone buzzed in her pocket. She fumbled to take it out, her heart pounding in her chest. The screen flashed an unknown number. She hesitated for only a moment before answering. Olivia, a gravelly voice greeted her. It was familiar, but she couldn't place it. I know you're scared. You should be. Her breath caught in her throat. Who is this? Someone who knows exactly what you've uncovered, and what you're about to uncover. You're in deeper than you think, Olivia. And the more you dig, the more dangerous it becomes. A shiver ran down her spine. She wanted to hang up, but something about the voice kept her frozen. The man continued. You think Theo Hudson is the only one involved. He's just a pawn. A puppet in a much larger game. I've been following his every move for years. The words hit her like a freight train. Theo Hudson, a billionaire mogul known for his empire, was nothing but a piece in a much bigger puzzle. And Olivia had stumbled into the center of it. Who are you? She demanded, her voice shaking. The man didn't answer immediately. There was a moment of silence before he spoke again, his voice softer. If you want to know the truth, meet me tonight. The address is on your phone. Before she could respond, the line went dead. Olivia didn't know why she went. Maybe it was the need for answers. Maybe it was the fear that her life had already been turned upside down and she couldn't escape it now. The address on her phone led her to an old, run-down building on the outskirts of town. The area was eerily quiet, the only sounds coming from the wind howling through the cracked windows. Olivia's hands were clammy as she stood in front of the door. She hesitated but pushed it open anyway. The dim light of the hallway flickered as she stepped inside. The walls were peeling, and the smell of mildew hung in the air. Her eyes darted around nervously. She heard a low voice from the darkness ahead. You came. I'm impressed. Olivia's breath caught in her throat as she turned the corner. There, in the shadows, stood a man she had never seen before. Tall, wearing a long coat, his face obscured by a hood. But his eyes, they were cold and calculating. You've been looking into Theo Hudson. But the story isn't what you think, he continued, his voice calm but chilling. He's not the villain. He's not the mastermind. He's a victim. But the real danger comes from the people behind him. Olivia took a cautious step forward, trying to make sense of his words. Who are you? She asked again. The man stepped closer, his voice dropping to a whisper. I've been tracking them for years. The ones who control everything. The ones who hold the real power. And they're coming for you, Olivia. They already know you're into deep. Her heart raced as the man handed her a small and marked envelope. This will explain everything. But you're not safe here. They'll come for you soon. You need to leave. Without thinking, Olivia grabbed the envelope and stuffed it into her jacket pocket. She turned to leave, but something in the man's expression made her stop. You won't be able to outrun them, he warned. They're everywhere. You think this city is your safe place. It's not. Olivia didn't make it far. As soon as she stepped out of the building, she felt the weight of the situation settle on her chest. She opened the envelope and pulled out a stack of papers. It was everything. Every document. Every secret. Every piece of the puzzle that had been hidden from her. The names, the dates, the companies, Theo Hudson's involvement was just the surface, a distraction. The real people behind the scheme were far more dangerous than Olivia could have ever imagined. But there was one name on the last page that made her freeze. The same name she had seen in Theo's files. But now, it wasn't just a name. It was a warning. Jessica Thornton wasn't just another victim. She was connected. And the deeper Olivia looked, the more she realized that Jessica had been at the center of it all before she died. Olivia could hear the sound of footsteps behind her. Someone was following her. She turned around, but no one was there. But the feeling of being watched, it was overwhelming. And then it hit her. She was being hunted. She bolted down the alley, but her legs felt heavy, like they were filled with cement. She turned a corner, only to be confronted by a man in a dark suit, blocking her way. She tried to back up, but there were more figures emerging from the shadows. "No place to run now, Olivia," the man said, his voice eerily calm. Olivia's pulse raced. She had to get out of there. She couldn't stay here, not with the truth in her hands. She needed answers, but right now, survival was the priority. She pushed forward, elbowing past the man in the suit, but they were too quick. One of the figures grabbed her arm. "You don't want to do this. You have no idea what's at stake." A cold chill washed over her as she was forced into a black SUV. The door slammed shut behind her, and for a moment, everything went dark. When Olivia's eyes adjusted to the dim light inside the SUV, she saw two men sitting across from her. One of them was the man from the alley. The other, the familiar face of someone she had seen before, Theo Hudson. Her heart stopped. "You're too deep, Olivia," Theo said, his voice barely a whisper. "But you're not alone anymore. I've been trying to protect you. I've been trying to keep you safe from them." Olivia didn't know whether to trust him. Was he the villain? Or was he just another victim in this twisted game? Just then, the SUV screeched to a halt. Someone knocked on the window, and a familiar voice barked, "Open it." Theo turned to Olivia, his face hardening. "Get ready, because what you're about to find out will change everything. But there's no going back from here." He gestured to the door as it was yanked open. And standing there, in the blinding light, was the last person Olivia ever expected to see. Watch out for Part 3. Like, comment, and subscribe to Reveal True Crime.